CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look at downtown Miami, we finally got some good rain to help cool things off a bit. But what can we expect tomorrow? Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler.
Well, by the looks of that shot that you just showed, beautiful sunny skies, but we still have some clouds out here. The rain came in early this afternoon. Heavy downpours. If you were out on any of the roads, you know there was a lot of ponding and puddling. We did have a little bit of minor flooding, but it helped to bring the temperature down. It's up to 93 degrees this afternoon. Starting to climb again now as the sun is out. 89 feels like 102. So yes, that humidity is there. That's the leftover moisture from these downpours. But look how it is all now slid to the south. We still have some thunderstorms, a very southern Miami-Dade County getting down into the Keys, but this stuff is slowly dissipating and heading on out. A couple little showers still up here in Palm Beach County. One's to come across the border in northern Broward, so we're going to watch that line. These outflow boundaries could bring it back to the south again, and really it's these boundaries that are carrying these storms, very slow moving, but carrying them in different directions. So these are the storms here south of Homestead now, trying to get down to Florida Bay. Key Largo might get some rain out of that. Isla Mirada picking up some showers. So that's the case this afternoon. This will dissipate, and tonight it should be fairly dry. So high, boy, look at these rainfall totals today. This is a high end here, 77/100ths of an inch at the airport. That's good. Fort Lauderdale picked up 1/3 of an inch, a little bit less to the south there, but Marathon picked up just about 1/2 inch of rain. So this is rain that we needed. We'll take this, even though it is the rainy season. It just has not been behaving like the rainy season. We've had a lot of dry air getting in here, and that's what's going to happen again by the time we get to the weekend. So our rain chances tomorrow will be quite high again. We are expecting some low-level moisture, lots of outflow boundaries. The sea breeze comes in. That should bring us a good chance for storms. And then drier heading into the weekend, and that's great. All that moisture is going to get pushed out of here by an actual cold front, courtesy of Ernesto out in the Atlantic, pushing some dry air in here, so we can get this thing all the way through Saturday and Sunday. Although temperatures will be warm, the air will be drier, so you won't have to deal with these extremely high heat indices and feels like temperatures. Ernesto, now a hurricane, really not affecting a whole lot anymore at this point, but is it going to track to the north and then the northeast a little bit, kind of wiggling a little bit. But look at this, expected now to become a Category 3 hurricane. We're still getting rain over Puerto Rico, but this is also going to start dissipating. So this is the one that we're watching. There's nothing else out there at this point, so certainly that is good to see. Temperatures remaining in the 90s, a couple of days, very sticky, and then drier air this weekend. This is going to be a good one.
Thank you, Cindy. We are tracking Hurricane Ernesto. The storm was upgraded by the National Hurricane Center earlier today. Ernesto slammed Puerto Rico all night long with relentless rain. CBS News Miami's Christian Benavides has the report.
Hurricane Ernesto took shape off the coast of Puerto Rico after slamming the island's east coast early Wednesday as a tropical storm, flooding neighborhoods, overturning structures, and uprooting trees. 7 years after Hurricane Maria, Ernesto put Puerto Rico's fragile power grid to the test.
The government today is much better prepared.
As the storm passed through Luma, the island's private power company says more than 500,000 customers were left in the dark.
We have the support throughout. We have trained employees. We have the support from FEMA.
St. John and St. Croix are also reporting island-wide blackouts.
We've been through these types of storms before, and we always come out as we are resilient people.
While Ernesto isn't expected to directly impact the U.S. mainland, beachgoers are being warned of rough surf and rip currents through the weekend. Forecasters say the Northeast could see 8-foot waves, and the Carolinas, still recovering from Tropical Storm Debbie, could experience a swell build as early as Thursday. As Ernesto continues to gain strength, President Biden has already declared a state of emergency in the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, authorizing FEMA to help with storm recovery. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Ernesto could reach Category 3 strength by the weekend as it moves north through the Atlantic. Tragedy on the water in the Florida Keys. Florida Fish and Wildlife say a 47-year-old man from Miami and his 9-year-old son died after their personal watercraft crashed into a seawall in Marathon. It happened last night. The crash is under investigation. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is in Marathon. Her full report is tonight at 5. New video this afternoon. Police say it shows another instance of voyeurism with a man already accused of it. According to investigators, surveillance video shows Ken Constantine inside a Target store in Fort Lauderdale. At one point, police say he began recording a woman in the fitting room while she was trying on bathing suits. He then ran away. This is the second voyeurism case the 28-year-old is linked to. He is accused of recording 2 other women changing at Sawgrass Mills Mall. Police say he is a fitness trainer. Hot Wheels this morning along busy Pines Boulevard. A truck caught on fire just west of I-75. This is a look at the scene from Chopper 4. Several lanes were blocked as crews put out the flames. According to investigators, the fire possibly started from a mechanical issue. No one was hurt. In Hialeah, an investigation is underway after an accidental shooting. Chopper 4 was over the scene. This is along West 25th and 8th Court. One person was airlifted to the hospital. No word yet on the victim's condition. Now to the race for the White House. Former President Donald Trump returned to the campaign trail in battleground state of North Carolina this afternoon, while his running mate visits Michigan. Both presidential campaigns are expected to focus on the economy this week. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Former President Donald Trump is expected to focus on an issue central to his campaign while rallying supporters in Asheville, North Carolina. He gave a preview before leaving Florida this afternoon.
It's gone very bad under this group of people with inflation, with the economy itself.
His campaign attacked the Biden administration's economic policies, what they're now calling Kamalanomics, and inflation. A report Wednesday put the annual inflation rate at 2.9% in July, the first time it's been under 3% since 2021. While high prices are still top of mind, some Democratic voters say they're feeling optimistic.
I feel good about the economy and the economy I'm going into and the job market I'm going into. It's all very exciting, I think, for people who, are voting blue. Just saying.
Vice President Kamala Harris will give her first policy-focused speech on the economy Friday when she travels to Raleigh, North Carolina. The campaign says the remarks will focus on tackling inflation, lowering costs for the middle class, and a plan to take on corporate price gouging.
It is people like my grandmother who suffer the most when food and rent become unaffordable for normal people.
Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, hit the battleground state of Michigan today, while Democratic vice presidential candidate Minnesota Governor Tim Walz attends fundraisers in Denver and Boston. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Turning now to the crisis in the Middle East. Moments ago, a top Hamas official said the group is losing faith in the U.S.'s ability to mediate a ceasefire ahead of new talks. We are also learning that Hamas will not attend ceasefire talks with Israel tomorrow. Experts say this could be the trigger for Iran and Hezbollah strikes against Israel. President Biden says he is, quote, not giving up on a ceasefire deal. The U.S. has approved $20 billion in arms sales to Israel. That includes fighter jets and advanced air-to-air missiles. Caught on camera, a little girl takes matters into her own hands to beat down a crook. The must-see video is coming up when we come back.
Hey there, I'm Keith Jones. If you own a home, part of your property taxes is spent on education, but do you ever wonder exactly where the money goes? Coming up tomorrow on CBS News Miami Morning Edition, as kids get back to class, I'm going to break it all down for you and follow the money trail. That's at 6.
Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Caught on camera, an incredible story out of Minnesota. An 8-year-old girl grabs a bat to help her father fight off an armed robber. Take a look at your screen. The store clerk says he was preparing to close when a man came in and put a realistic BB gun on the counter. The crook asked the clerk to give him all the money. Moments later, the man started to walk behind the counter, and that's when punches started to fly. The little girl comes to the rescue, hitting the thief with a bat. That crook eventually ran away. The NFL season opener is just weeks away, and CBS Sports is ready. Reporters and behind-the-scenes executives all gathered in New York to talk football and to preview the CBS Sports slate of games coming your way this year. The lead play-by-play announcer is very excited about one team.
I think the Chargers are going to be good. And we're going to be there to document this new movement inside that organization. Other games that I'm looking for, they're all good. You know, there's not a bad game. Every NFL game is relevant. It means something.
The NFL on CBS season begins September 8th with NFL Today. It kicks things off every Sunday at noon on CBS and Paramount Plus. And here at home, we are rooting for the Fins. The only place to watch the Dolphins' second preseason game is right here on CBS Miami. Pre-game show starts at 6:30. Kickoff is set for 7, and we'll wrap it all up with the post-game show. You can also catch the game streaming on CBSMiami.com. And now here's a look at what's coming up all new on CBS News Miami at 5. NASA is set to deliver an update on the 2 astronauts stuck in space. The latest on the race to get them back to Earth tonight at 5. That's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a wonderful day.